Hello friends, this is Praveen. Welcome to the course on PHP and MySQL. In my last video, I had discussed about making connection with MySQL database. Today, I am going to discuss about PHP MyAdmin dashboard. So what is PHP MyAdmin? PHP MyAdmin is a free software tool written in PHP that is intended to handle the administration of MySQL or MariaDB database server. phpMyAdmin is used to perform most of the administration tasks like creating a database, running queries, using adding user accounts and changing user privileges, etc. So what are the requirements to run phpMyAdmin? There are following components which needs to be installed. First is web server. phpMyAdmin interface is a browser. So uh, we need a web server to install phpMyAdmin files into it. PHP. We need PHP 5.5 or newer version to run phpMyAdmin, and PHP has session support enabled. Database. MySQL 5.5 or newer version is needed. Uh, Web browser. To access phpMyAdmin, a web browser, any web browser with cookies and JavaScript enabled is needed. So what are the phpMyAdmin features? So phpMyAdmin, one can create, browse, copy, drop, rename and alter databases, tables, columns and indexes. So phpMyAdmin server maintenance can be done, databases and tables with proposals on server configuration can be managed. So phpMyAdmin, we can execute, edit and bookmark any SQL statements. Even batch queries, execution of batch queries is also possible. We can export data from this MySQL database or MariaDB database to various formats like CSV, XML, PDF, Open Document Text, spreadsheets, Microsoft Word 2000, etc. We can import data and MySQL structure from Open Document spreadsheets as well as XML, CSV, and from SQL files. We can manage MySQL users and privileges. My phpMyAdmin also supports InnoDB tables and foreign keys, as the default engine MyISM do not support foreign keys in MySQL database. We can create, edit, call, export and drop stored procedures and functions as well. Triggers and events can be created, edited, exported and dropped. It can communicate in 80 different languages. So now let us log into phpMyAdmin dashboard and see its features in brief. So this is our WAMP server. So you have to click it on WAMP server. You will see phpMyAdmin. Click it, open it. It will open in the browser and it is asking a username. So default username is root and there is no password for it. And we can choose server choice if we want to log in MySQL or MariaDB. I'm using MySQL right now. So go logged in. So on the right side of the screen, you can see database server. So this shows the version MySQL server version 5.7.19, community server, and protocol version is 10. It is working at localhost and the IP is 127.0.0.1, and then It is cached. It is using is UTF-8 Unicode or UTF-8. Another is web server. Web server version is 2. Apache 2.4.27. It is on Windows 64 OS, and PHP version is 5.6.31, like that. And then extension PHP has is using MySQL, curl, MB string, etc. Then PHP MyAdmin. The version of PHP MyAdmin is 4.7.1. In the middle part, in the general settings, we have a change password. We can change the password of this root user. Right now, I'm not going to change it, but we can change from here. We can type and then we can change it. And then appearance setting, language, which language you want to use. English. Right now it is in English. You can change. It's a it supports 80 languages. Then theme, you can change the theme, original or this one. Font size 80%, 82%, like that. At the top of the page, you can see different tabs which allow you to perform different actions. Here, databases. In the database tab, once you click, you will find a list of databases which has been created in the server. So all these databases can be managed. Once you click on any of the database, suppose we click on attendance, attend, so it has three tables: foreign, students, test, etc. So all these data tables can be managed from this panel. And then the collision, it is type, what type of engine this table is using. This is InnoDB, this is MyISM. Then collision, the encryption type, Latin one underscore Swedish, the size 32 KB, etc. Every information is available. Next we come to our SQL tab. So using this tab, you can perform a MySQL query towards the MySQL server. If we want to create a database, we can create here, create database, and give a name, any name. So if we click on go, the database will be created. Next is status. Okay, we don't want to save it, that status. So it shows the MySQL server has been running for 1 day, 8 hours, 21 minutes and 90 seconds. It started up on May 4th, 2020 at 10:47 a.m. And network traffic since the startup is 7.8 megabytes, and traffic received is 120.9 kilobytes and at the rate of 3.7 kilobytes per hour. Sent is 7.7 megabytes, and then rate is 240 per hour, 242.6 kilobytes. Like that, max concurrent connections is 6, failed attempts 0, aborted 0. All the informations are available in the status tab. Next tab is user accounts. Here we can list of users uh, who can access this MySQL server is this one. This MySQL.session and MySQL.sys are system users which are used to manage this MySQL server and databases. And this root is the default user which is used to access the uh, server or user end user uses it. So if we want to add a new user, we can click it here, add user accounts, and we can give it any name, test or password. I'm giving test, again test, confirm it, and then there is global privileges. So if I check it, this one, check all, every privileges get set. So I'm removing this right now. Now I can customize what privileges my test user can have. So on data, if you, what type of privileges I want to assign to data our test user. Select only pass select allow reading data, allow inserting and replacing data, then allows changing data, deleting data, and allows importing data from and exporting data into files. So when if I check this one, so test user can do has got the right to select, insert, update, delete, and work on files related data. So if I uncheck, test user may not be able to do all this, may not be able to pass all these statements on the structure. If we give it, allows creating new databases and tables, alter, allows altering the structure of existing tables like that, allows creating and dropping indexes, dropping tables and databases, temporary tables, show view, create routine, and everything we can do here. And then administration. Here, grant, adding users, allows adding users and privileges without reloading the privilege tables. Then super, you can maximum number of connections is just required for most administrative operations like setting global variables or killing threads of other users. Process allows viewing processes of all users, reload, shut down server, show databases, lock tables, etc. So all administrative privileges we can edit from this tab. Then resource limit, max queries per hour. How number of queries uh, we can limit number of queries per hour. Here 0 means there is no limitation. We can limit max updates per hour. If we put 10, then only 10 update statements can be executed. Max connections per hour, we can give any connections. Max user connections, we can give that. So 0 means there is no limitations. Next is SSL, security link. So if we want, right now we have checked none. Now we will just try to create one, this one, check all, will go, and we can see this test has been created. User accounts, that's fine. This test user has been created with password yes. It has got all privileges, and we can edit from this as well. Now we can change all this informations. So we'll just delete this thing right now. We will again delete it. So if you want to delete it, just check this one and remove selected users. Go. Do you really want to revoke the selected users? Okay, so test will be deleted. So now there is no test user. Now export. Another tab is export. So here we can export database tables or whole servers contain different formats, like here in SQL format, CSV format, MS Excel, Microsoft 2000, JSON, LaTeX, etc. Different formats are there. We can export whole database or server information in these formats. Next is import. Import, we can import data from SQL file or CSV files. So we just need to browse file, any SQL file, and then we will just click here format is SQL, or if we want to import CSV file, we have to change that CSV file, etc. And then we'll click on go, and then the structure as well as the data will be imported. Then settings. In settings tab, we can manage, configure phpMyAdmin the way you want it to. You can customize how our navigation panel or main panel looks like. So we can here, so create database form, so statistics, so detailed startup, database structure, what information it should show, so table char set, so table comments, everything we can customize here. Hide table structure actions, browse mode, edit mode, and everything we can actually customize our views from there here. Replication. Replication, we can actually, if we have two servers for application, we need two servers. One is used for master, another is used as a slave. So all the data from master is actually is passed to the slave for recovery or for redundancy purpose. Next tab is variables. In the variable tabs, you can see all the current MySQL variables and their values. Auto increment, it is one. You can edit it from here. We can change it. We don't want right now. Auto increment offset, that means if first increment, if auto increment is one, from where it should start. If I want to start my first record number as 1000, then we can change here. But it will the change will take place for every table or every database where auto increment is implemented. So we will keep it like this only, and then auto commit on. Many informations are there. We can see in the date format, our version compile machine, Windows server, wait timeout, and then temporary file, TMP directory, etc. All the variable information, MySQL variable information is in this tab. Next is char sets. In the char sets tab, you can find all the char sets and collisions supported by the MySQL server. So these are the char sets and collisions. These are the collisions. So these are the collisions which is supported by MySQL. And then more. Here it is engines. Engines, these are the engines supported by MySQL, InnoDB, MRG underscore MyISM, memory, Blackhole, MyISM, CSV. So by default, MyISM is the default storage engine for MySQL. But if you want some foreign keys features, then we have to use InnoDB engine. Next is plugins. Plugins tab shows a list of all currently installed MySQL plugins and information about them like description and version. Like InnoDB buffer page, version is this one and license is this one, description, buffer page information. Like that, buffer, InnoDB, archive, CSV, MyISM, etc. Author is this one, version is 507, 5.07.19, etc. So every information is regarding engines information are or plugins rather. Plugin information, all the plugins used to run the server is available here. Next is when you open the PHP homepage, click the database. That will to manage any of the databases. So we will just click attendance database. We have, though we have created a database, but we will use that database afterwards, because no table has been created. It is uh, it is this attain database is was created before me, and few tables are there for the foreign students. Test tables are there, so we can browse data from this. So no data is here, so we will just check any data is there or not. No data. Okay, any data is there? No rows. So we'll check another information. So any information. Okay, we'll use this one. Here, few information are there. Browse this one. Some informations are there, and then back we can do. Hmm, just click it. So back, browse, then structure. By clicking the structure button, a new page will open, which will actually just open this one. Structure, which will tell the structure of the table. So ID, integer, auto increment, and everything, and then you can change the table definition, like change this ID column, name column, drop it, uh, primary keys are there, gender is there, data type used, email ID, varchar 100, and you can change columns, table, etc. Next is, after that, search button. You can generate a search query for the chosen table. You can use the query by example. Here, query by example functionality to perform a search. Just use a different fields to structure. Like here, we can use like name, percentage v percentage. If we click go, it will show the information, bath information. So we can do it as well. Next is insert. If we click it, new data, we can insert new data here. Just give the values and it will click on go. New data will be inserted. Then empty. So the empty button allows you to empty a database table, removing the data and keeping the empty table. Or data will be removed, and only empty table with the table structure will remain there. Then drop. This drop button will delete the data as well as the table itself. So now get back to our presentation. So PHP MyAdmin shortcut keys. Currently, PHP MyAdmin supports following shortcuts. K is for toggling console. S is to go to home page. S is for open settings. D plus S, go to database structure provided you are in database related page. D plus F for search databases provided you are in database related page. T plus S, go to table structure provided you are in table related page. T plus F for search table provided you are in table related page, and backspace takes you, takes you to older page. So now get back to our PHP MyAdmin, this one. So this is our, if we press K, this console gets opened, console. If we press H, we come to our home page. If we press S, then this is page related settings, setting gets opened. Now, if we press D plus S, so for that we have to be in the database related page. So we will open database related page and it's in any mode. If we press D plus S, the structure of the table, database comes. Database comes. If we press D plus F, so such tab will be opened. If we, next is T plus S. For that we have to be in the table related page. So this was in database related page. We will use some table related page. Now just I'm changing to some another tab. Now if we press T plus S, so it is opening structure, table structure. If we press T plus F, so it will open search table. If you press backspace, it will take you to back the like this. Everyone, it is taking back one step back, one step back. So now get back to our presentation again. So we have seen available features in PHP MyAdmin dashboard and how to use it. In my next video, I will be discussing about creating a table and then inserting data in it using PHP. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked the video, then please like, subscribe and share it.